Step by step instruction on how we can create views in a script. So this would be a tutorial video. Topic of this tutorial video is step-by-step instructions or guide on how or easier way to create views in a script. The right title should be a step-by-step tutorial on easier way to create views in a script. The tutorial topic, how to create views in a script. That is what I will show hands-on, step by step. So this the topic of this tutorial video would be a step-by-step guide on easier way to create views in a script. So that is what I will show in this tutorial video. Welcome to this tutorial video. These are the steps. These are the steps. So there are total 9 steps that I have classified the views in scripting. That if we follow these steps, then we can create views in a script easier way, very easy way. And I will show hands-on about this topic. So let's get started. I will start with this topic. That is, create an empty views in a script with a specified a protocol. And the protocol I will use that is web HTTP HTML. So this one I will show now hands-on. Create an empty. I will show all of those one by one. So this is what I will show first. Create an empty views in a script with specifying a protocol. First I will open VuGen. VuGen is open. Now I will create an empty views in a script. Add new script. I clicked on add new script. It will open. Now there are many protocols. There are many protocols. These are the protocols. ODBC, Oracle 2-tier, POP3 or Post Office Protocol, RDP, Remote Desktop Protocol. There are many protocols. SAP, GUI, Java over HTTP, True Client, Web. So I will be using Web HTTP HTML. So it's specifying a protocol. So this is where I am specifying the protocol. I'm specifying that the protocol would be web HTTP HTML. And this is the name and this is the location where the script will be created. I'm clicking on create. So script will be, it says loading solutions, means creation is in progress. Loading web HTTP HTML script number 7. That is that is the name of the script I have specified when I was creating. The script is opening. And right now it just opened a Solution Explorer. Entire script will open shortly. It is opening slowly, but it is opening. A script is open. The VuGen script is open, but it is empty. Now this VuGen script has three major sections. One is VuGer init, other one is action, other one is VuGer end. So right now action is open. Action is open, but the action is empty. I'm opening VuGer init. I double clicked on it. VuGer init opened. It is also empty. There is no code inside, just empty VuGer init. If I go to VuGer end, this is also empty. So all of these three are empty right now. So I've created one VuGen script which is empty, where I have specified the protocol web HTTP HTML. So that is what I have showed hands-on. So I'm changing the color to green. Green means I will be changing the color to green. Green means I have showed hands-on this particular topic. Now this second one is specifying the record setting using recording options. This is what I will show now hands-on. To specify the record setting, I will have to click on record. If I click here, I will see. Now I can see here record. I receive ID record. If I click here, recording option. If I click here, recording is specifying recording option means I want to specify how the recording setting will be. So I have clicked on record and then clicked on a recording option. So this is the window opened. This is the window opened, recording option window. This is where I have to specify. These are all the things that I can specify. For example, recording. There are two recording mode: HTML based recording mode, other one is URL based recording mode. So what if I have preference, I can choose based on my preference, or I can say that I will be using default one. So if I click on use default, whatever settings right now here, it will roll back to the default one. So clicking on use default, it got default one selected. If I go to the script, the language is selected C. C programming as a language selected. JavaScript can also be selected, but I will be using C as a programming language, and I will click on use default. So it will be default will be selected, and then protocol, this one is selected. I can also for double sure I can click on use default, so that only the default recording will be selected. Code generation also, I'll be clicking on use default. correlation. These are the things I right now selected. I will be clicking on use default, so it will be roll back to the default settings. Use default. I clicked on the use default and advanced. I'm clicking on use default. Mapping also, I'm using use default. I'm clicking on use default so that default setting is getting selected. Use default. Yes. So this one also use default. Yes. So in case for some reason, if something is different one is selected by, let me see, if I click on use default, it's cool. It's getting back to the default setting. In case for some reason, if the default setting is messed up and I want to record the script in default settings, then I can come here and click on use default. Then the setting will be rolled back to the default settings. If by mistake some other thing is selected, like this one is selected, but this is not the default one, URL based is not the default one. Default one is HTML. So if I click on use default, so it will roll back to the HTML. The selection has been moved to the default one. So that was, I have showed hands-on that specify record settings. If I have my own preference, then I can choose the own preference, or I can go with the default one. So in this tutorial video, I am going with the default one. So I have selected a default for all of those settings. And these are record settings under recording options. And I have showed hands-on. I'm clicking on OK. So it will, this window will disappear. Now I can maximize this VuGen virtual user generator. This is VuGen or virtual user generator. So once I click here, it will maximize. So this one also I showed hands-on. Now this one I will show. Record steps in VuGen Script. And this is what I will be showing hands-on now. And I will use WebTours sample application. So I can click on record button. A power window will open shortly. It opened. Now it says record into action, where I want to record the script. The reason this one is selected right now, this one is selected because of that here default user end is selected, but I want my script to be recorded in action. So I will specify here action. Specifying here action means when I will record the code, the C programming code will be recorded under action, not under user init, not under user end. It will be recorded under action. So I have chosen the action here. And record type, I will be recording a browser, web browser. I will be, Chromium is selected. From this list, Chromium is selected. And this is the URL. http :/localhost clone 1080 web tours. This is for the web tours application. This one is auto selected, otherwise I would have to type it. And this is where it will be, this is the working directory and start immediately. Now I will click on start recording. So the VuGen will disappear, a toolbar will show up, and then this application, web tour application, will launch in a browser called Chromium. Let me click on start recording. Start recording. I clicked on it. So now VuGen will disappear. and a toolbar will show up. A toolbar showed up. This is the toolbar that showed up. Views are disappeared. Now that website, WebTool sample application will open in a Chromium browser. This is the time has been spent so far. That many seconds, and 3 events has been recorded in action of the VuGen script. 13, 14 events has been recorded, and the page is loading. The Chromium browser launched or opened, and the URL has been typed in the address bar. Everything is happening with the VuGen script, and now it is loading the page. Once the page is fully loaded, I will be able to see the page. So far 1 minute 7 seconds passed. 182 events are recorded. Still events are getting recorded. 199, 200 202 events are recorded so far. And 1 minute 27 seconds spent so far. Page is loading. The logo of the page got loaded, and I think everything is loaded. Now I will write a comment. I will say insert comment. This is where I can write comment. I can say landing page displayed, because this is the landing page. Click on OK. So that command got recorded in VuGen script. Now I will be putting transaction for login transaction. So this is where transaction has a start and end. So now I will specify the start. So it says insert extra transaction. Click here. Now I can say LR login and click on OK. So extra transaction got inserted in VuGen script. Now I will put user ID and password. This is user ID and password I'm entering. Now I'll click on login. I clicked on login. Application should navigate to the home page. The page is getting loaded. There will be more objects which will show up here. Waiting for that objects to display. These are the objects displayed. Now I can specify that that transaction is ended. So I will specify that end transaction. So insert end transaction, that is the name of this button. So I'm clicking on it. I clicked. Now this is the name of the transaction. So I'll be choosing that this transaction I want to end. So I'm clicking here. so that end transaction also inserted. Now I'll put a checkpoint, text checkpoint. So I'm selecting the text and clicking on here that insert text check, clicked. Now the text checkpoint means a function called web find reg should be inserted into the VuGen script. When I selected this text and clicked on this check on this button, at that moment a function called web-reg-find got inserted into the VuGen script. Now I will put another checkpoint, that is logout. So I will click here, insert start transaction. No, not checkpoint, another transaction called logout or sign off. So I'll click on here, insert start transaction. I clicked. Now I will give a name of the transaction, LR. I will say logout. Click on OK. Now I will click on this object called sign off. So I'm clicking on this object, clicked. Now the application should navigate to the landing page. I have clicked, I believe. Yes. And application navigated to the landing page. Now I can end the transaction. So I'll be clicking on insert end transaction button and I will be choosing the transaction name, which is LR logout. Clicked. So that transaction insert end transaction also inserted into the VuGen script. Now if I click on end recording, a script record will stop. So I'm clicking on stop recording, clicked. Script record should stop. Code generation, generating VuGen script. So VuGen script is getting generated. I will see the code shortly. Performing post generation operations. That means our recording completed. Now in the background, a script is getting generated so that I can see in the VuGen. Script generated. This is the VuGen script. This is the output under code generation. Loading the report. It says please wait. Loading recording report. If I want to see, you can wait. This is the report and I will be closing it. The report I do not want to see right now. So this is the script. This is the VuGen script. This is the VuGen script. The codes recorded under action, and these are the codes, and the codes are in C programming. These are the codes. When I was recording, I have specified the command that is a landing page displayed that showed up here, and the checkpoint showed up here, and This is the end of login transaction, and then logout transaction starts, and this is where the logout transaction ended. Now this one is done. Record steps in VuGen Script. So record steps in VuGen Script. So initially I have created the VuGen Script which was empty. There was no code. Now I have added steps. These are the steps in action. In action. The code has been added in action. So I have marked this that I have showed this one hands-on. Now dry run the recorded script as it is. So I will not be changing anything. I will just simply run the script as it is. So I just recorded. Now I will run the script as it is. I'm not changing anything, just running it. Chromium is open. One instance of Chromium is open. I'm running it as it is. I'm not changing anything. Run. Now script. I have clicked on the script. The script will perform or execute codes. It says no errors detected. Compile the script fast. Now script is running. This is action. This is the step navigator. This is solution explorer. Script is running. This is output replay. The script is running right now. Running. At this time is step 16 is running. Now step 32 is running. Now step 49 is running. Step 65 is running. And the corresponding commands are getting displayed in the output. Now 114 a step is running. 114, that step is running. Ending iteration 1. Looks like script execution ends almost there. Script failed. I run the script as it is. Script failed. Let me see in the output where it failed. It says text Imran not found in web find. I will run again after closing this instance. I will run again. Let me see what happens. I'm running as it. I'm not changing anything. I'm just simply running. Previously, the instance of Chromium was open. This time I'm running without the instance of Chromium is open. It's compiling. No errors detected. It's now a script failed. It's because session ID was recorded in. If I go, I will see session ID got recorded. In a particular function. And this is the session ID got recorded. This is dynamic value. I will have to do correlation for this. There are two types of correlation, manual correlation and auto correlation. I ask Copilot Now I have completed the correlation to handle the dynamic session ID. Now I will run again as it is. No errors detected. Now my script is running. Script pass. Replay status passed. Script passed. So this one, did I run the recorded script I have showed? And if everything is okay, means if a script passes, which passed, then I will be doing edit the recorded script. Now I have showed this one hands-on. If everything is okay, that is also okay. Everything is okay means if script execution if a script execution passes and a script passed, now I will edit the recorded script based on my needs. Things that I can do, I can add things that I can add, that is LoadRunner functions. LoadRunner functions, for example, LR start transaction, LR end transaction, LR think time, LR error message, LR output message, etc. A protocol specific function. Uh, Protocol specific functions like web URL, web submit data, web submit form, web rec find, etc. Because the protocol I used, that was web HTTP HTML. Therefore, all the functions that starts with the word WEB, those are protocol specific functions. And also I can use standard NGC functions and C programming functions. I'm just telling the theoretical C programming functions that I can do. And I can also add variables, add comments, and parameters, LoadRunner parameters. Loaded parameters. So this among these comment out some recorded comment out recorded functions. So these are the modifications I can do I will not be showing all hands-on, maybe one or two from this. So I will show this one first. Adding LoadRunner parameters. This is what I'm showing right now, hands-on. That is edit recorded script, and these are the addition or modification. These are some of many modifications that we can do. So I will be showing few of those, few from this list, not all of those. And one that is using LoadRunner parameters. This is what I will show. How we can do LoadRunner, how we can add LoadRunner parameters in VuGen script. So dynamic, the hard-coded value. What are the hard-coded value in the script? This is one hard-coded value, the checkpoint. This is one hard-coded value. Another hard-coded value would be, this is one. This is another hard-coded value. This is another hard-coded value. This is the login ID, login password, username, password. So these I can make parameterized. So I will create parameter for these two values. This one I'm showing. This one I'm showing. And from this, I'm showing this one. How to add LoadRunner parameters. This is what I'm showing. Hands-on. So this is parameters. I'm selecting this, right click from the mouse. Or I will be going with parameters list. And I will click on new. I clicked on this button new. And here I will give a name. I will say P username. Username. P means parameter and username. This is the name I have given of the parameter, LoadRunner parameter. Now I will add some value. So click table parameter value. I will be saying Imran. Add row, another value I'm adding. I'm saying Jojo. Add another value I'm adding, that is wrong user ID, wrong user ID, wrong user ID. So I have created one parameter. These are three value I have added. Now I'm clicking on close. The sequence for each iteration, the value will be changed. Means for the first iteration, this is the value. For the second iteration, this is the value. For the third iteration, this is the value. For each iteration, value will change. It is sequential, means each iteration value will change. Now I'm clicking on OK. I mean close. It's equivalent to OK. Again, I'm going there, double click on this and select this, right click, rename, Control C from the keyboard to copy the name. I've copied the name. Now the name is in console. Close. Now this is where I will change it. This is where I will change it. I will say double quote, not double quote, second parenthesis, and put cursor inside of the second parenthesis and Control V from the keyboard to paste. Control V from the keyboard to paste. So I have pasted the value. Save. That I have saved it. And this value I will also change in the checkpoint here. Second parenthesis or second brackets, inside of the second parenthesis or inside of the second bracket, I will paste that parameter value. So Control V from the keyboard, it got pasted. Save this one as well. And this value, this is also hard-coded value. So I will add parameter for this one also. This is the password. So double click, new, and I'm giving the name P refers to parameter and then password. I click somewhere here. So this second LoadRunner parameter, which name is P password, added. Now I will add value for this parameter. Create the value. I will say A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. And I will add another value, that is bean. Add another value, that is wrong password. Wrong password. These two are valid password. This is valid password. This is valid password. This is wrong password. This is for that. This is also sequential. Each iteration means for each iteration value will be changed. This value for first iteration. This value for this parameter for first iteration. This value for this parameter for second iteration. For each iteration value changes. And I will click on OK. OK. And now that I have added a parameter in the parameter section, I will also write in the script. So this is the hard-coded value. Instead of this, I'm writing first. I will write second brackets. Let me remove this. And second brackets or second parenthesis, putting the cursor inside of the second bracket or second parenthesis. Control V from the keyboard. So this value got pasted here. I didn't copy, so I need to copy. Double click again, selecting this. This is the parameter P password. This is the name of the parameter. I selected it. Right click, rename it. Control C from the keyboard so that this value gets copied in the clipboard. Close, and here I will write that value. Control V from the keyboard. Password. So password for this password, this is the parameter. For this value, this is the parameter. So I have added parameters. I saved it. User ID and password, these two hard-coded values corresponding parameter I have created in the parameter section and then mentioned here. Also in the checkpoint, text checkpoint, I have mentioned the parameter. Now this one I showed. Now I can show this one. Add comments. I can add some comments in the script. In the beginning, I can say some random comments I will add. Double slash for there are three types of command: inline command, single line command, and multi-line command. So this is single line comment, and I can use double slash for that. I will say created by my name, MD Shahajada Imran. Some random comments. I can write another comment that is a script name. I will say VuGen script. Script name, user script name, login, verify a text, and logout. This is what this script do. A script login and then verify the name of the user ID and then logout. Login, verify a text and logout. This is what this script does. So I have added two comments. I've added two comments and then add variables. This is what I can add. Since C programming, I can declare a pointer saying char static name, and I can assign a value name equal to Shahajada Imran, semicolon. This is C programming. The objective of this tutorial video is to explain how we can do views in a script. So I will not be explaining how we can do C programming, but this is part of C programming. So I've declared one pointer and assigned a string value into that pointer. Now I will print I will be using this function. This is a LoadRunner specific function because it starts with LR. This is a protocol specific function because it starts with WEB. So this is LoadRunner function, LR output message, and I will be writing my name. Name is %s, comma name. S for a string, since this pointer is holding a string value. Therefore, I'm writing here S. A pointer always has a value and an address. C programming pointer always has two things. One is value, other one is address. So since I'm printing the value and the value is a string, so I will have to write S here. Now that I have printed here, I also want to print. So this one also I showed how to add variables. And I have the parameter that I have added, that value I also want to print. So I will be printing the parameter user ID and password that I want to print. Error output message, user ID is %s because user ID is a string, comma lr eval string, first bracket, second bracket open, second bracket end, first bracket end, first bracket end again, semicolon, and this is where I will write the user ID. I will copy again user ID. This is one. Right click, rename, Control C from the keyboard to copy, and Control V from the keyboard to paste. I also have to use double quote, I believe so. This bracket ends here. This bracket ends here. Now this is for user ID, and for the password also I'll do the same thing. I copy the entire line, paste here, and I will change the value to password here. Password, right click, rename, Control C from the keyboard, close, and then I will write here Control V from the keyboard, and I will say password is so it should print the password. This is inline command, printing my name, printing user ID, printing password. So this line should print password. This line should print password. This line should print user ID, and this line should print my name. So I have showed some of this. Modification or edit that I can do. This one I showed. So I'll be changing the color to green. Now I will specify the runtime settings. This is what I will show. Runtime settings. How I want the script to run. That is what I need to specify. This is a runtime settings. I can double click. There are many things that can be specified. Most thing I will go with the default. This number of iteration means I want the script to run 3 times. 3 times. I want to run the script 3 times. Number of iterations. So same script will run 3 times. First time it will use the user ID Imran, password ABC123. In the second time or second iteration, it will use the user ID Jojo and the password is bin. Third time it will use the user ID wrong user ID. The user ID, the user ID value is wrong user ID, and the password value is wrong password. So that those value will be used on the third iteration. So script should number of iterations, script should run 3 times, and each time script will use different login credentials. Beside that, it will also print the login credentials. It will print my name because I have edited those in the earlier step. Now this is the only thing I want to change in the runtime settings. All the other things I will take the default value and I will save it. When the script got saved, this value will be dissipated, which it did. Not dissipate, this grayed out. Now these are bold black color, but this value is grayed out. After saving, the color has been changed to the grayed out. normally called. So this one specify the runtime settings, that is also done. I would say that is done because I'm getting only thing I changed the number of iterations. Instead of the script run one times, I said that the script you will run 3 times. Each time you will take different login credentials, and all the other settings are same. And so this one I can mark that I have a specified runtime settings. And now this one, dry run the script. This is what I will do. Dry run the script. I will run the script again. Now I will do this one hands-on. That is dry run the edited script. In this step, I have added some code. Now I will dry run it. I have increased the iteration from 1 to 3. Now I can close it. Close the runtime settings. I clicked on it. We'll click one more time. That got disappeared. Now I will run and see. If a script passes, then fine. There is no need for troubleshooting. If a script fails, then I'll have to go through the troubleshooting. On the next step, troubleshoot the script if needed. When I would need if this dry run fails. If this dry run passes, then there is no need for troubleshooting. If dry run fails, then I will have to do the troubleshooting and identify why a script fails. Now I will be running it. Click on run. No errors detected. Compile script passed. The script is running. Running. The script is running. So in the output, I'm seeing the comments of these corresponding steps. The script is running. 89 step is running of iteration. Let me see which iteration is running right now. Iteration to second iterations is running right now. And the iteration third is started. Oh, looks like a script failed. It says requested image not found. This is for iteration 3. Iteration 3 failed. Iteration 2 passes. Iteration 1 also passes. There is only one error. This is iteration 1. Now I will be doing troubleshooting. Now this one, even though I run the script failed. Now I will have to do troubleshooting to see what happened. Now I will also do troubleshooting. Now these two will be done parallelly. Now I'm doing the troubleshooting. So first iteration, it printed my name. It says that the user ID is Imran, password is abc123. And if I scroll down, everything passes. Everything passes for iteration 1. Everything passes for iteration 1 passes. And iteration 2. Iteration 2, it printed my name and user ID used as Jojo, password used as Bean. And if I scroll down, I see everything passes. Everything passes. Everything passes. Now in iteration 3, there is only one error. One error. So, and that failed in iteration 3. User ID I used as wrong user ID and password I used as wrong password. This is the value of the user ID, password, and this is the value. This is the value for the user ID, and this is the value for password for iteration 3. And if I scroll down, requested image not found in logout. A logout transaction started and web image sign off button started. Script supposed to click, but script was not able to click because script didn't find the sign off button. Now let me see. Let me fix this one first, then I will do the other troubleshootings. Let me fix this error. That is, a script is unable to find this button, sign up button. Let me analyze this. Why is this? Now this is, it failed in iteration 3. In iteration 3, what values are used? If you scroll up, this is the user ID used in iteration 3. Copy. And I will paste in Notepad. This is the user ID. And the password, this is the password. For iteration 3. Iteration 3. And iteration 2, we scroll up, this is iteration 2. User ID is Jojo, password is Bean for iteration 2. Jojo, password Bean. Iteration 1. If I scroll up, for iteration 1, Imran and ABC 1 to 3. Imran and ABC 1 to 3. Now these two iteration passes, there was no issue. These two iteration 1 and iteration 2 passes. Iteration 3, script supposed to click on sign off button, but the script is saying that there is no sign off button. Let me manually replicate. The script does login, verify a text, and log out. Now if I go here, now manually I will replicate. I will use user ID, password. This is the user ID. So for the third iteration, the script where failed, this is the user ID. Control C from the keyboard, copy, and Control V from the keyboard. So paste it here. And again, I'm taking the password. Control C from the keyboard, paste it here. Control V from the, and if I click on login, I clicked on login. This space showed up. In this space, there is no button called sign off. And what script is saying, that is correct. A script supposed to click on the sign off button, but there is no sign off button. So I will have, but if I use login credentials for the past transactions, this is for the failed transaction. If I use user ID, password, click on login, this page showed or displayed. In this page, nowhere has a button called sign off. Therefore, the script is saying that there is no button called sign off. Actually, there is no. Now, if I use these two iteration passes, if I use one of these, let's say I use this one, valid user ID password, the login credentials from the past iteration. If I use, then how it happens? Imran, password is Now if we click on login, then this sign off button is displaying. So in the script, how I can handle this error? In the script, I can say if the user ID, in the script, I can say if the user ID is this, then do not click on sign up button. If user ID is not this, then click on sign off button. Sign off is not actually button. Now if I go here and this is the sign off object. I'm saying sign off is an object. If I right click and if I say, if I click inspect, then I will see that sign off object which img, that is the tag name. If I'm comparing to UFT1 or QTP, then the Miklas value is ing or image. If I compare with HTML or hypertext markup language, then also the tag name is image. That means this object is not a button, this object is an image. This sign of normally sign of this object would be either link or button, but on this particular web course application, this object is an image. So now how I can handle this error? Now the situation is if the user ID is this one, then I can write a logical statement saying if the user ID is this, then do not click on the sign off button because there is no sign up button on the page. If it is not this, then click on sign up button, then this error can be handled. Now I will write logical statements, if logical statements to handle this issue. This is where the script clicks on the sign off image. The object with Miklas image or tag name is image. This is in this function and in terms of the load runner, this is the name of the function that clicks on an image. But the image has to be present in the page. So this is where I can write logical statements. I'll be writing logical statements to handle this error. I will say if strcomp, this is the string comparison built in C programming function. So if strcomp is lr eval string, comma, This symbol is called comma. Equal to 0. And this is the parameter name. So parameter name I will copy. Control C from the keyboard. Control V. So user ID, if user ID is this, then if user ID is this, then write an statement. Output message. Write an statement that user did not log in, therefore log out is out of scope. A user cannot log out if the user is not logged in at the first place. So if the user ID is wrong user ID, then the script will print this statement saying that a user did not log in, therefore logout is out of scope. Else the script will click on the image, and this is the function that clicks on the image. Control X from the keyboard to cut, Control V from the keyboard to paste. And I will save it. And I will print another statement. Another statement. I'll just write another statement. Yes, block is executed. This is just to see that, just for me to see that which block gets executed, whether if block or else block. Now this particular error should disappear. The condition is if user ID value is wrong user ID, then a script will print this statement saying that user did not log in, therefore logout is out of scope. If it is not this one, means if it is Imran or Jojo, then script will click on the object, which name is sign off, which is a image class. And here I'll have to put a semicolon, I believe so. Let me save it. If there is any error, it will show the error. Now let me run it. This particular defect should disappear. Not defect, this particular error, scripting error should disappear. This issue is not a defect, it's a scripting issue. Because when I put wrong user ID and wrong password and click on login, then script never gets logged in. Therefore, this object is not available for those who did not log in the first place. So now I will run it and see what happens if this issue gets disappeared or not. Script is running. This is what I'm doing. Dry run the edited script and troubleshoot the script if needed. This is what I'm doing. My script is running. So a script passes. That particular issue has been handled. That particular error has been handled through logical statement using C programming in the VuGen script. And that is called troubleshooting the error. When there is error, script fails, we can troubleshoot. So this too I can mark as green, that I have showed hands-on. This script is very simple script. Log in and log out. Now I can certify it. We can have more complex business process in the script. This script does very simple thing, log in and log out. The objective of this tutorial video is not to cover the complex business process, to cover that the easiest way we can run the step-by-step guide, to explain the step-by-step guide to easiest way to create the VuGen script, where I will be using very simple business process in terms of demonstration. So I have explained all the steps. Now I will be certifying the script for further performance testing activities. It is very simple. Before every performance test, all scripts should be certified, so that if a script passes in VuGen script, then a script will also pass in controller or LoadRunner Cloud or LoadRunner Enterprise. If a script fails in VuGen itself, then a script will obviously fail in controller and other places. So before running these scripts in controller or in enterprise, for load testing, stress testing, endurance testing, based on the number of users, the testing type's name would be different. Um, but before running in controller or cloud or enterprise, a script must be verified. or certified. So this is what. So I can mention that it is certified today. Last certification date. Last certification date would be last certification date means this script has been executed and passed. Now this script can be taken in controller or LoadRunner enterprise for further performance testing activities like load testing, stress testing, interest testing, or other type of performance testing. There this script can be executed if it is passed with one virtual user in VuGen. So that is since script passed, now I can, and the date is 4/14, so I can say 04/14/2025, last certification date. And I can mark that this one also I have certified. Since this command is multi-line command, instead of having this symbol, I'll be using forward static to open the command and static slash to end the command. This I will remove. So I have explained the step-by-step guide on how we can create VuGen script and then give this script for further performance testing activities. And I believe this is the easiest way to create VuGen script. That is my understanding. If there is more easier way to create VuGen script, you can let me know. If there are more easier ways to create VuGen script, then you can let me know. From my understanding, this is the easiest way to create the VuGen script. There is no other way which is easier than this one. That is my understanding. You can let me know if it is, if there is or there are more other ways. So I have explained everything in this tutorial video. So thank you for watching this tutorial video. My understanding that this tutorial video explains the easiest way to run VuGen script. If you think there is a better or easier way, I would not say better way, I would say easier way. If there is an easier way to create VuGen script than this one, you can let me know. Or if there are multiple easier ways where we can create VuGen script, has to be easier than this one, then you can let me know.